Today's episode of the Movie Jungle is brought to you by Barb's Mask Menagerie. Any fabric in the world and Barb can make you a beautiful COVID-19 appropriate mask for your everyday life.
True.
So look up Barb's Mask Menagerie. You probably won't find anything. On with the show.
Meanwhile, back in the jungle.
All right, everybody, we have an amazing show lined up today, and I'm so excited because I have probably my two favorite people on the face of the earth with me.
Aww.
My brother and sister, Kelly.
Hey.
That's my sister, Jimmy.
Happy to be here.
Awesome.
In my own home.
In your own home. I'm happy to be here, too, in your own home.
Good.
Yeah, so I'm excited to have him on because we're all obsessed with movies, thanks to our movie-obsessed father.
Thanks, Dad.
I wouldn't say obsessed.
Myself. You're not obsessed. You want to make movies for a living and you don't count yourself?
I don't really want to anymore, and it's just a strong word for me.
Okay, fair enough.
Fair.
It's your life.
But I love movies.
Yeah,
I feel it.
For sure. Yeah, so I'm really excited. Let's get started right away with the news. I have a handful of topics I want us to get into, so we're going to get into a little bit of news real quick. Hey, since you're here, Kelly, can you just, off the top of your head, sing a news segment song? Are there lyrics? Or...
Lyrics?
Yeah.
No, that's like intro music.
No, I said sing a song.
What do you want me to sing?
A news segment song.
This is the news. Are you ready for the news?
That was beautiful. Thank you.
That was good.
All right, so I had you both look up a news story so that you could bring that to the show. And Jimmy, I'll have you go first.
All right. I killed two birds with one stone with this news story. I was looking up Coming to America 2, which is just called Coming to the number 2,
Mm-hmm.
Coming to America. So clever. And it is apparently about Prince Hakeem had a one-night stand when he was living in New York City.
Yep.
And he has a long-lost son that he goes back to America to find.
What?
Yeah.
I'd watch that.
What's her name? The SNL chick is supposedly the mother.
Maya Rudolph.
No.
No.
The one that looks like
Blonde brunette.
the Husky basketball player.
Oh.
Aw, poor lady.
I mean, it's okay.
Yeah.
They look like siblings.
They do. And I can't think of her name, and it's driving me insane right now.
Shit. It's okay. Yeah, that's apparently going to be the premise. And I've seen different articles. One of them said August 7th. The other one said December.
But it's not going to theaters, you said.
No, it is. You're thinking of a different one.
Okay.
You're thinking of my next story.
Oh,
Apparently, it's going to be in theaters
Nice.
if theaters exist.
Oh, you're right. I
Yeah.
messed
August 7th or December. I don't know why there's a discrepancy
up.
there.
I cannot wait. I don't think I've ever been more excited for a movie in my life.
Yeah, very excited. I have a massive clothing brand called McDowell's because of the first movie. So
It's huge. You've almost certainly seen someone on the street rocking a McDowell's shirt or a McDowell's shirt.
every single day.
Yeah.
Super high.
Leslie
end.
Jones, that's her name.
Leslie Jones.
There
Yes.
it is.
Yeah. And if you want to look it up, Noah Dickerson is the basketball player we're talking about.
I'm looking it
I
up.
started a running joke that I started calling him Leslie because he looks like Leslie Jones.
I mean,
I think I
you
like
didn't
that
even have to
version
start
better.
it just instantly. You just think that. It's
yeah,
like...
right away. To be clear, she doesn't look like him. She looks like Leslie Jones.
Yeah,
and
she's more famous
Well,
than him.
who's
he
older?
looks like Leslie Jones.
Yeah.
It's not who's more famous. It's who's older.
Well, she
She's
wins
older
both,
too,
so
yeah.
She's older, so he looks like
sure.
her.
totally.
Okay. Glad we settled that.
The two birds with one stone, the second article I came across,
Yep.
or piece of news, I guess, says that they are coming out with a Beverly Hills Cop 4, and it's coming straight to Netflix. No dates, no other info, but exciting because we love Eddie Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I'll definitely watch that.
That's
you think it'll cost
amazing.
me $20 to watch that?
Netflix is a service that you just pay monthly. So
I
would
new
guess not.
release. My brain was still in new release land.
Yeah, that's incredibly exciting. Obviously, my favorite movie of all time is Beverly Hills Cop, and I've been waiting for a fourth one for, I don't know, I saw the third one like 15 years ago or something.
at least.
So, yeah, probably longer. And I'm not disappointed it's coming to Netflix. Nope, I'm lying. I'm disappointed it's coming to Netflix because I
Yeah.
don't get the full theater experience
Yeah,
to
you're
see
obsessed with theaters.
something I'm like been waiting for forever. So I don't know. Maybe theaters will screen it, like 1 or 2 theaters, and I can drive. I live in a big city in Seattle, so maybe there'll be something I can.
That's true. They did it with the Scorsese movie,
Right.
and it might become more popular.
Totally. So hopefully I can find it somewhere because I'd be really disappointed to not be able to see it in theaters at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, couldn't be more excited for that. Yep. I also want, before we move on, I want to point out we have the world's greatest photographer taking behind-the-scene pictures. I just noticed Tessa is here as well.
Video, actually. I'm coming for Jimmy's ex job.
Jimmy's old job is under fire.
There's a vacancy.
Yeah, and so we'll hear from her throughout the podcast, hopefully, as well. And that Tessa is Jimmy's fiance, if we wanted just a little more background. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty good at hosting, so I thought I'd throw that in.
Correct.
So polite of you.
90-day fiance.
There you
Hey,
go.
now.
Not going well.
90-day going on 10 years.
Yeah. All right, Kelly, what news story did you look up for us?
Oh, man, you're going to know exactly why this stood out to me. Some of you may have been anticipating the release of Godzilla vs. Kong.
Count me among those.
Was supposed to be out March of 2020. Wasn't, because sure you know why, COVID-19. New release date, 20th of November 2020. Brian, do you want to tell them why Godzilla vs. Kong stood out to me?
I do. Normally, I would chastise you for your one news story being a pushed release date
Cool,
because
thanks.
at this point, old news in the theater industry. However, it's a pretty funny choice coming from you because we saw the first new Godzilla movie in 2015 in theaters together, and Kelly spent the first 20 25
45.
minutes. 45?
45 solid minutes.
Thank you for the correction. She spent the first 45 minutes of the movie waiting for the giant monkey to show up in Godzilla. And
At which point I leaned over and tapped Brian on the shoulder and said, "Where's that big gorilla?"
Yeah. When did it ever show up, though?
It didn't, but it
No.
will in this one.
now it will.
Finally.
No, I got
Wait, was
both.
that the one in Japan?
The 2015 one?
Yeah, with
San Francisco, I think.
But it
was
started out in
multiple
Japan
places.
too.
Yeah, definitely.
With the guy from Breaking Bad.
Yes.
What's his name? Walter.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was good.
Yeah, really
Actually
good.
liked it.
Did you guys
And
see
confusing.
King of Monsters?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
It's on HBO right now, and it's awesome. It's really, really good. Yeah, it's got, what's her name? Millie Bobby Brown in it, too.
Oh
okay.
yeah, I think I saw a
Yeah,
preview. For
which
it.
she does a fine job, but those movies in general, when they focus too much on the humans, I'm like, stop it. That's not what these are. Like, give me some. You need to create drama, and like, obviously, humans help do that. But
Yeah, I like humans in movies.
I was saying, I'm over here like
no,
opposite
but there's
of that.
there's
Like,
there's
can we
side
watch humans?
stories
For
though
sure.
that like have little to do with what's going on. Like the whole world is under siege by giant monsters everywhere, and they're like, my stepdad's a jerk. Like that
I'm
kind
all
of
about
stuff.
the
I'm
emotional
like, stop
side
it.
stories.
Which that's a good like little glimpse into our different movie tastes
Yeah.
actually for sure. Cool. Well, thanks for those news stories.
Yeah, really very informative.
There aren't any more. I was gonna look up some news stories, but that's all the news. So sorry. Maybe next week. We have a bunch of topics today. Mostly, hopefully, we'll just talk about growing up and watching movies and being siblings. And let's get started with Disney Channel original movies because I haven't talked about that on the show yet.
the best.
And that was such a crucial part of our childhood growing up.
It really was.
There's a whole bunch of really good ones.
Except
sure.
that, do you remember that we didn't always have the Disney Channel? Like, there was
I
a
do.
phase there where it was like, is it free Disney weekend? Because then we can watch the movie. We
Yeah.
didn't have the cable that included the Disney
I
Channel
remember that. And
always.
sometimes ABC would like air the first airing of the Disney Channel original movie.
Yes.
It wouldn't air originally on the Disney Channel sometimes.
I do remember
If I
that.
remember correctly.
It felt like a treat.
Totally.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
vaguely familiar.
Yeah. Yeah. Jimmy's
We got
Jimmy's
a
a
pretty
little
big
younger.
gap
yeah.
in generations
Yeah,
here.
I got about 5 years on Jimmy and Kelly's got about 2 years on
Hey,
me.
now.
So, I'm sorry for facts.
She's really old.
Yeah.
Ancient, actually.
Yeah. So this podcast won't be a long one. She's got to get to bed. I'm kidding.
Oh, wait. Hey, I'm back.
That was good. So Disney Channel original movies are the greatest thing ever growing up as a kid. Like I remember getting more hyped for those than real movies.
100%.
And it was just like every Friday they would pump out some crap that took them a week to shoot.
Yeah.
No question.
But they were awesome and some of them totally hold up.
Well, they were so relatable. They
Yeah.
were like kids like us.
Yeah. So should we
Or
get the
kids like you wanted to be.
Do we want
Yeah.
to just start naming
For sure.
at random some different ones, or should we just get the one that matters the most out of the way off the top?
Just
Brink.
do it. Let him
Brink.
have it.
Best
There it is.
movie of all time.
Easily the greatest Disney Channel original movie ever created. It's not
Yeah.
close.
Easily.
And had a huge effect on our childhood, especially me and Jimmy,
Yeah.
because
correct.
we were 100,000% Soul Skaters.
Yep. Bladers, baby.
Definitely. I
Do you
mean, I
remember-
kind of had a crush on him. He was pretty cute.
Yeah,
Of course he is.
of course he's cute.
Jimmy wanted his haircut.
Still do.
He's a soul skater. Of course he's cute.
Little skater.
Kidding me? He does it for the love of the sport.
I believe that.
Until his dad loses his job and then he sells out for a second. He doesn't tell his friends, but Team X
Pretty
Blades.
sick though to make money skating when you're in high school.
Oh,
Like,
incredible.
getting free gear.
True.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Every teenage boy's dream.
Under no
Val's a dick,
circumstances
but
would I
kinda worth
make...
it.
Yeah, Val's a great villain. I would never make fun of someone for making money skating in high school, though. I always thought that was a little ridiculous. Like, you can't have a quick combo with your friends and be like, yo, guys, my dad get off. I'm going to skate for Team X Blades because they're going to pay me a bunch of money.
Yeah, they're like, you're a sellout.
Yeah,
It's
you,
like,
you piece of crap. Get out of here.
I'm in high school. I make $3 an hour washing dogs. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna sell out. I'm sorry.
For sure. So, like, the message of don't be a sellout is a sometimes good, useful message, but that's not the time, I think.
Yeah, but I was into it at the time.
It was solid.
Yeah, I was
So-
like, yeah, don't be a sellout.
Yeah, I agreed.
Hide all that gear in your laundry basket, you jerk.
Well, Team X Blades is also black and yellow, which are our two least favorite colors together. So
Yep.
that made it easy for us to hate
yeah.
them.
Yeah, it did. The Pittsburgh Steelers are a nemesis because we're all Browns fans, baby. This is a 100%
Go Browns.
fans podcast.
Yeah, baby.
So sorry, Steelers fans.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm gonna tag this one as explicit
Dead
now.
serious.
Is that worth losing listeners?
Jimmy's
over?
like, for real, turn off the podcast. Yeah, so Brink was amazing.
It was. I just remembered another one.
Yeah, Kelly, did you remember it?
Remembered Slash
did you
was
Google
scrolling and then it popped up. And
She was like, I didn't
do
watch.
you remember Alley Cat Strike?
Oh,
course.
100%.
Of course.
Do you guys remember?
Who hasn't gone to the bowling
What?
alley and tried like the final?
The
You
final
spin it around your
ball.
finger. You check the
Completely
wind,
forgot about that.
and you
until
push
just
the
now.
ball, and then it gets stuck in the gut.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that they stole that. A Beautiful Mind stole its premise from Alley Cat Strike because the amount of math going on in that kid's head, unreal.
Oh,
Was that a boy or a girl that did that? I
And
can't
it was
even
like on
remember.
the screen.
I don't know. That's why I said that kid. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure. I think it was a girl.
I think it was a girl.
But she was just like crunching numbers and angles, and they had them like popping up on the screen.
It is Delilah. Had
Delilah.
the math skills.
Yeah,
Checking the
Delilah.
wind. all
Delilah with
that.
the math.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's a good representation of what bowling is like.
You know who else is in that movie? Kaylee Cuoco's in that movie.
Kaylee Cuoco's in that movie?
Yep, young Kaylee
I had
Cuoco.
no idea.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know
who
either,
that
but
is.
I
Big Bang Theory.
Ew.
Big Bang Theory.
Oh, the main girl.
The
And,
blonde girl.
Yep.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
I
I,
had no
want to
idea.
like search what she looked like in that movie.
That's crazy.
How old could she have been in that? I mean, like 12?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably 12.
Probably.
Crazy. Good for her. Moving up in the world.
Debatable. Disney Channel original movies are sort of a peak, sort of a
No,
mountaintop.
I'm saying
$100 million is somewhat of a
At one point, she
mountaintop
was
for
the
some
highest
people.
paid TV actress. Yeah. Oh my
Yeah, that
gosh.
one was a good one. That was a really good one. I remember. Okay, I'm gonna bring up another one that has one of the dumbest moments from any of them. Luck of the Irish.
Yeah, it's
So me and Jimmy are Hoopers, and to call Jimmy a Hooper is almost an understatement. It's like his favorite thing in life and the thing he does the most, and he's amazing at it. But this was a basketball movie, and sports movies tend to have very cringy moments that are very easy to notice if you play that sport. And it like takes you out of the film, and it's very annoying.
but this one takes the cake.
Can't
This-
say I've ever had that experience.
Yeah, and the scene that we're talking about is their like clock is winding down, pressure's on, championship game.
Yeah.
This kid has been living the life because he has the luck of the Irish in like a magical weird sense.
Yeah.
Well, the ball, his team's got the ball or something. Bad pass, ball goes flying, about to cross half court, go out of bounds. They're gonna lose. No, not today. He
course not.
dives, full layout dive.
Full dive, yeah.
Just slaps the ball with a completely spread open palm, indicating no ability to put any direction on the ball. Just slaps the ball from half court.
As if he's playing spike ball, like just trying to save it.
What happens?
I can't even think about it.
Ball flies through the air.
Nothing but net.
Perfect arc. Swish.
Wow.
Like, I don't think Shaq is strong enough to slap a ball while diving the opposite direction and make it to the hoop.
No.
There's no way.
It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Absurd.
I'm not remembering
Keeps
this
me
at
up at
all.
night.
What does the kid look like? Does he have red hair?
Think of the most average 90s white kid in the history of the world with
Okay, cool.
brown hair and spiked it up in the front.
Well, his hair turns red, though, right? When he
was gonna
starts
say, it's
getting
red
the
hair.
luck, I think
Oh,
it
you're
starts
right.
to turn red.
Yeah. Okay, I remember now.
Because he has like leprechaun genetics.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
I want a big budget remake with some real hooping in it.
You go ahead and start a petition for that
We're
one.
going to lose Kelly for a second, but they could get Nico Manning to play the lead.
Mannion.
Mannion?
Yeah.
There we go. So we're going to lose me and Kelly for a second. They could get Nico Mannion to play the lead, and he could just actually hoop and be crazy in it. And it could just take
not
place in
hit
college.
a spike ball shot from half court.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd
it
be
could
cool.
happen in college.
That's a good idea.
We'll DM him.
What about motocrossed?
Oh,
yeah.
dang.
That's pretty absurd looking back.
That was great, though.
The motocross rider, you love that movie, Tessa? The motocross rider breaks his leg, I think.
Yep.
Super good rider, mid-season.
Yep.
And his sister cuts her hair and steps in and takes his place for the rest of the year.
badass.
Did she copy the highlights he had in his hair? Did she go that far? Because I remember he had like blonde.
Right.
You just can't trick the whole motocross community into thinking you are your brother.
No. It's,
Like, that's just not something that can be done.
No,
tough,
really.
But it's a Disney
Really
movie.
there's
isn't.
a whole lot of, okay, yep.
Okay,
All
but
right,
it
man.
probably empowered so many little girls. So
Oh, so I still love the movie.
Absolutely.
To this
Totally.
day.
Yeah, completely impossible.
But that's so
but-
ridiculous, the whole premise.
Yeah.
Like, the main premise of the movie is so absurd.
Tessa, what do you remember about that movie?
I'll be
What's your
you.
favorite thing about that movie?
How sexy the main character is.
The
The guy
guy
who
that
breaks his leg.
Yep.
Okay.
No argument here. I mean, he had the perfect highlights, good length hair,
Yeah.
and he rode motocross. What more do you want?
Not much.
He actually, in my mind, I'm picturing the guy from Heart of Dixie. What's his name? You know what I'm talking about? The nerdy,
yeah.
not the nerdier guy, but like the.
Mm-hmm.
No, not the hot one
Not the
from
main.
Heart of Dixie, but the guy,
The other one.
the like dorky. Yeah, the guy in Friday Night Lights, exactly. The crippled guy from Friday Night Lights.
No.
That's who
sir.
That's who I'm picturing. No, I'm just saying that's who I'm picturing as
Right.
like a younger version of him. Is that not the case?
I mean, I could see the similarities.
Let me show you.
So I went ahead and Googled it,
Yeah.
and we got a Google image. So if you want to play along, just Google motocrossed with an ED at the end. And you can look at these. Boy, they are younger than I remember. Pass that around. It's just the
Wow.
movie poster. You can see their faces on it. Pass it around.
I'm sure it looks nothing like him because that was a lot. Oh yeah, yeah. I instantly. Although that kid kind of looks like him.
That's who I was talking about, the guy on the left. Is that the main guy?
No, he's the bad guy, right?
Oh, okay.
This is the brother. This is
Oh.
the sister.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can see it in the brother. I was talking about the bad guy then, the left. Wow.
Yeah.
Please know I was talking about the left. Very important.
So you were talking about you had a crush on the villain?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Yep, that's important. Because on the right, that's clearly a
See,
A
I
sister.
remembered him as the main character because he's that good looking. I forgot everyone else.
Maybe a release date for that one?
release date for
Yeah,
motocross.
I'm trying to get a grasp on your ages.
Oh, yeah.
when you're like watching this, like
2001.
this is not
2001.
2001.
2009.
real. And I was about to graduate high school the very
You were
next
16.
year. Yeah, I was 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2001. What a time. Great time for highlights.
In fashion.
In general, yeah.
Oh,
I just had this
gosh.
thought the other day. So right now, 90s look, like 90s fashion is like all the rage and like it's dope and like it genuinely looks amazing. So it makes sense to me. But, and it's happened with every decade. Like
Yes.
in the 90s, 70s was sick.
I remember that flared jeans.
In the 2000s and even into the 2010s, 80s was pretty dope.
Yep.
Like people still even like rock, like hang on to certain bright 80s looks and stuff.
Yeah.
90s is having its day. You're telling me that 2000 to 2010 will,
It's so hard to imagine.
right?
No, I think we just start over then.
No,
I think-
it's never happened. We
Maybe like
always
the
just go back
50s will
about
come.
20 years.
Yeah, but the sample size is pretty small. You know, like the 70s were pretty distinct. The 80s were pretty distinct. Like the early 2000s were just really rough. And I feel like everybody agrees on that. Like if you look
Yeah.
at celebrities at
Right.
award shows, they're wearing like denim dresses. And
I would
shit.
just say
like,
Brittany and Justin in
yeah,
the denim
it's
head
insane.
to toe.
I mean, people have worn those like ironically since then.
true.
Yeah.
Very true. That's the
I
best
think that
Halloween costume.
There's definitely a chance that the 2000s was just agreed upon bad, and we won't regress to that.
It feels like it.
So hideous.
But I do remember a time where we looked at the 90s in a similar light. However, no one ever looked at Michael Jordan or Space Jam or like the hip hop groups of the time
yeah, it
and
wasn't
thought
the
like,
same.
oh, that's whack.
Right.
So I
wasn't the
think
same.
Because
Like,
there's
even
things
in
that
the-
like rise above it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, like even in the early 2000s to mid 2000s, like I always
Yeah.
thought that 90s like sports tees and like stuff like that was cool.
totally.
Yeah,
So-
there's something about it.
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
it's hard to imagine.
It's tough. It's tough, but
Guess we'll see.
I still think a piece of it will pop up again, and some people will be like, I'm sorry, what? The lowest rise jeans on the planet?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like, do we need
a
that?
1.5 inch zipper on
Yeah.
your fly. Yeah. Oh,
Stuff will
gosh.
definitely pop up.
Please
but-
no,
sure. I
please
don't know.
no,
Those were not a forgiving look.
no.
I mean, I feel like people are already wearing like 2000s sunglasses. Like, you know, at first
That
it's
is
like,
true.
oh, they're so ugly, they're kind of cool, you know, because they're different.
Right.
And now people like really wear those.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Did I wear some yesterday on the boat?
Oh man,
a little
those are-
different, but
Similar?
no.
Cooler?
just-
Would you say cooler?
Yeah, no.
All right, we're going to move on to another one that if people are listening, they've probably shouted at us 6 times by now.
Johnny,
Johnny Tsunami.
have to. That's second place for sure.
Second
That
place.
made me want to live on the beach so bad, like
Yeah.
worse than I already wanted to live on the beach.
For
oh
sure.
my gosh. You're just going to wake up in your bungalow and walk straight into the perfect waves.
Yes.
And it's so cool because like what surfing movie also turns into a skiing movie? You know, like it had
Yeah.
both of those things.
I can only
Forgot
think of
about
like
that.
one.
Johnny Tsunami.
No, one other one.
There's another one.
Yeah, which I'm shocked.
Yeah,
but
Johnny Tsunami too.
I'm pretty maybe they don't ski. Meet the Deedles though. They're surfers and they go to Wyoming, and I don't remember if
Meet
there's a snow scene.
I
never
recognize
heard
the
of that.
title. I don't remember.
Actually, you know
anything
what? I don't
about
think there's snow. They do surf on so like
Did
you
you
know
make that up?
Meet the Deedles.
You made it up.
No, I
that
didn't
there
make-
was snow.
No, well they went to Wyoming, so I was wondering if there was a snow scene because there obviously could be in Wyoming. But there is a scene where they surf the rapids on like a rescue floaty. Like I think they're both on the same one if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. So if you're listening, watch
People surf
the
rivers.
whole Meet the
You could
Deedles
surf the rapids.
on that giant yellow board that I surfed on.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
think it's possible.
yeah.
So this is cool to talk about too because normally when I see surfing in movies and stuff, like I can't even really understand what it feels like at all on any level.
Right.
But I surfed for the first time in my life yesterday. And
So now you're an expert on the
I would
subject.
say you still don't know what it feels like to ride an actual wave,
Yeah.
Okay, you're rude.
like a big wave.
But
No, I'm sorry. You did amazing
No, but I
yesterday.
have-
I'm really proud of you.
Stop it. You're not this is not the point I'm trying to make. You have some sort of idea what it feels like to even like get off your belly and stand up and like be
Perspective.
pushed by the water. And like before I had none at all. And
Right.
so it's kind of cool to have like a teeny tiny inkling of what they're doing.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing so hard? Explain to me why I'm crazy.
Because that's like me watching the movie Everest and then like walking uphill
You hiked some
downtown
dunes
where I
today,
live
Kelly. So you
and
get
being
it.
like, that gave
Not
me
similar
a
at all.
sliver
You
of
guys are just
the
being
feeling
jerks.
of walking in the snow.
No, this is annoying.
No.
You're ganging up
I'm
on
sorry.
me.
No.
You're lame.
I just can't get there.
All right.
I mean, I get what you're saying. I'm not like completely shitting on it.
I thought you were going
I
to
just
say
think she
it
was-
gives you more respect for it because you realize how hard it is.
Well, of course, because like we didn't like paddle out like 500 yards into the ocean and like catch
Right.
big waves, but like even walking out into the ocean and getting beaten by wave after wave after wave just to walk out there
Totally.
and like it's like okay, this is not like it looks like it is in the movie. It's not just like oh, float out here, jump on this board, easy peasy.
Right.
Yeah. But Johnny Tsunami, and then he goes snowboarding. You know what I remember most about the snowboarding parts of it?
What?
Is his hilarious friend with the crazy like hat that has like dreads built into the snow hat. I remember thinking that's the coolest hat you could ever
100%.
buy.
I wanted one so bad.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Do you remember it?
I do remember
They weren't
it.
even like dreads. It was just like had goofy little things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it didn't actually look like fake dreads.
Yeah,
It was just like
framed.
had
just
all
like
these
sprouted
weird-
like hair,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That movie was so rad. It was super good.
Yeah, it's the best.
What other
Second
ones?
best.
What other Disney Channel originals that we care about are we missing here?
There's that one with the twins that played basketball. That one was
Yep.
good.
What is that called? That just came up in my search before. I can really just think of like holiday.
Double Team, I think.
Double.
or
That is
something
it.
like that.
That's right. Double
Yeah.
Team.
Yeah.
Or like that Halloween Town one. That was
Oh,
what
I
came
didn't
into
like
my
that
mind
one.
first.
No.
Tessa, did you like it?
You're
Yeah, Tessa's backing me up.
people are gonna at you for not liking Halloween Town. Just FYI.
I said I liked it. Jimmy said he didn't like it.
Not a fan.
Oh, then Jimmy's gonna get
If
added.
looks could kill, you guys didn't see that, but oh
she,
my gosh!
She looked at me like, I like it.
Please,
Brian.
please.
Don't at me. Yeah, Halloween Town is pretty cool. I don't really honestly remember that much about it. I've seen it, I think, once as a kid. I don't think I've even seen it as an adult. So I don't remember what I think of that movie at all.
Right.
Yeah. I just remember the scary looking lady with the big nose. You know, she's like a witch or whatever.
Yep.
Yep.
I just wasn't into it. I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like my scary movie peak.
So
I don't do scary movies.
Your
And she
scary
was
movie
like,
peak.
Yeah, she was
that's
like,
Halloween Town.
okay, I'm out.
I was really thinking, yeah, that was good. A bit scary, but still good.
I thought Honey, I Shrunk the Kids was scary.
I remember thinking it was scary.
The giant bees.
I mean, it's like a
and,
scary premise, but definitely not a scary movie.
100%
in any way.
categorize it in my
Yeah.
mind, in
No.
my kid memory mind.
Like
I-
scary moments. Like they're intentionally like scary moments meant to scare 5-year-olds for a second.
I was 7 years younger than you when I saw it. Never thought it was scary for a second.
I thought it was. I think Goonies is scary.
It was
though,
like
too,
exciting,
So
like
Yeah.
action.
Your taste in scary movies is about like your spicy palate, which has gotten better.
yeah, biggest
But-
wimp ever was spicy.
Yeah. If I say Zetus Lapidus to you guys, does that bring up another one?
No,
No.
definitely not.
Xenon.
Where were we while Brian was?
Oh yeah, Xenon. Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh, Xenon.
Xenon. Remember that one?
I do.
Girl of the 21st century.
Mm-hmm. The 21st century.
Girl of now.
Here we are.
That's it. We did it.
She didn't predict anything that's actually happening.
Not enough sports in that
I don't
one
know
for me.
what year does that movie take place, I wonder. I'm going to look it up. But
That's a really good question.
I remember she used to say Zetus Lapidus. Oh, it came out in 99.
I forgot about
actually.
that. What does that mean, Zetus Lapidus?
I don't know. I think she just used it like...
Was it like, oh darn, like Zetus Lapidus?
Yeah,
or was
that's what
it
I'm
like,
picturing,
yes,
yes.
like,
I don't remember
Exciting.
if it was positive or negative. I
Yeah,
think it
was
was
it a
negative.
positive
I think
or
it was
a
oh
negative?
darn. I'm going to go with oh
it was
darn.
an oh darn.
Yeah.
Zetus
I don't even know
Lapidus.
like the basic premise of that movie.
I
you
don't
guys?
either.
It's here's a
They live in
picture.
space.
It's they're living
Oh,
on a
yeah.
they're living on a space station.
Well, that's not a premise.
It's
Like, you
basically
like what's happening in
It's
the
like
movie.
a better version of like Star Wars type of thing.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
Thanks, Tessa.
You are officially the most hated person that ever has been or ever will be on this podcast.
Yeah, Xenon was dope though. I remember. You know what was this one of the silliest things about it? I just looked it up. It says it takes place in 2049, so we got time to catch up.
Oh, she could totally be accurate.
Yeah, but what's
Yeah,
not accurate is
sure.
that the car that her parents drove back on Earth was a
Remind me.
Volkswagen Bug with sound effects. So it was just a bug. I think they had like a
Wow.
wheel cover over the wheel to make it look futury.
Okay.
And when it drove, it would just go like a little bit to make it look a little bit futury. So they're still they're just driving modified vehicles in the future apparently.
Classic.
Yeah, which I'm not too against, to be honest. We just stop manufacturing cars and start putting new tech on the ones we got. I'm down for that.
Yeah, we got some good
Yeah.
stuff.
Recycle, reuse.
Yeah, exactly. You probably create more jobs doing that than building new ones. Yeah, Disney Channel original movies were just like the lifeblood.
The bomb.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were.
they were super
Can I
good.
ask you a really random, like total sidetrack question right
Yeah,
now?
what's
Because you
up?
know that's how we operate.
Yeah, what's up?
How much money would you pay right now for someone to allow you to go to a movie theater, have a bucket of popcorn, and watch any new release in the theater right now?
So any new release that's going to come out this year or that should have come out
That
by
should
now?
have come out by now. Like if we didn't have what's going on right now. Because I know how bad you want that, and I just want to kind of
It'd be a lot.
convey
What
that
movie
for
would it
your
be,
listeners.
first of all?
Oh, I'd have to look at a calendar, but off the top of my head, I would have seen Mulan by now.
Yeah.
I would have seen Black Widow by now. I'd be getting...
People like
I'm hoping
dollars.
you're probably more excited for Black Widow than Mulan, I would think.
Yeah.
I would think.
And then I'm sure I'm forgetting something really cool, but would Fast and the Furious, I think that one's wouldn't have been out yet. I think it was supposed to be May.
Yeah,
like
they postponed it
later in
before,
May.
and then they did again.
Yeah, it was like early summer. So.
Yeah, so I would say probably Black Widow, and I would
You
probably
would see Black Widow, and you would pay
pay
how much for that experience
like
tomorrow?
$250.
Stop. I was sitting here waiting for like
insane.
$40.
Hold on, let me amend my answer a little bit.
$250.
Actually, no, I'm gonna stick with it because we're looking at a minimum of 6 weeks until we can go back to the theater in the state of Washington.
If we're lucky.
We're doing
Yeah.
this like system of phases, and each phase has to be at least 3 weeks, and movies
True.
are phase 3, right?
Yeah.
To even have like limited people in the stands or
Mm-hmm.
in the theater. So I'm still a minimum of 6 weeks away.
You want it that bad.
You guys.
This is the exact reason why I asked this question on air, because I just need people to know like how deep this love runs for the theater experience.
Very.
Do you know what I would pay?
Nothing, because you don't care.
What's a ticket cost? Like $12 now?
Sometimes
Yeah,
like
sure.
15.
I'd pay $13.
Wait,
Less
You'd
than
pay
the
one.
normal price.
Well, no, I was
more.
saying that if it was 12.
He would pay an extra $1. So like I
I'd
said,
put a
extra
buck
dollar?
on top. for
like I
sure.
said,
keep the change.
Obsessed.
I'd pay 20.
Yeah.
How much would you pay to watch any of the movies we just talked about? Just wondering.
In a theater? Like
Yeah,
a Disney
what do you
original
Yeah, like
in a
any of the
theater?
Disney movies. Like, would you pay to go see those right now?
Because
You
you
would
could
see
watch them on
anything
Disney
in a
Said you
theater.
loved them.
So I could go watch Brink in theaters.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Honestly, it'd probably be the same. Like I think
Wow.
I would actually probably pay more than $13.
yeah
To
go
see
see
Brink,
Brink
if it
in
were
theaters
Brink.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your number?
I'm gonna say $17.50.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, we can't just like we can just pull up Disney Plus and like watch Brink, and I can make you some real good popcorn.
yeah, no, that'd be amazing.
Not the same though. Not
Should
$250 worth.
It's
Yeah.
only 10 o'clock.
Yeah. So I mean,
in.
we totally should.
I'll probably fall asleep, but I'll like it.
It's already past your bedtime, anyways.
Hey now,
Grandma.
Hey now.
For sure.
She's like, I hate you so much. The least judgmental people in your whole life. So yeah, I mean, I've said it a million times, and you did a good job of pointing out how much just now.
Yeah, that really quantifies it.
Because like I can't even explain. Like
$250
I don't
quantifies.
think there's anything I get more excited to do than sit in a theater and watch a movie,
Literally.
especially if it's with someone that's excited about that movie.
Do you have any idea how many
Which
people
is
think that's
why
insane?
you saw Cats.
Yeah.
I did. I saw Cats in theaters so that me and
You did.
Stanley could laugh at it, and yeah, because we like to go to the theater, and we were like, this is 100% guaranteed to be fun.
You guys were made for each other.
It's gonna suck.
Nobody else would have agreed to.
I wouldn't have seen it.
Oh, there's no
And
way.
I really like some of the people in it. And
You
I
couldn't have
still
paid.
wouldn't have seen
Like if
I've
you
seen
paid
the musical
me
and I
20
wanted
bucks
to
on
rip my
top of my
eyeballs out.
ticket, I wouldn't have seen it. I don't think. Yeah.
I feel like, but
Time is money.
it was guaranteed fun though. Guaranteed.
Not for me.
You're not gonna like laugh hysterically at this incredibly wacky, ridiculous
For
movie.
like, I would laugh at the trailer, but if I'm sitting there for 2 hours, I'm just gonna be upset that I'm wasting my life.
So like, I know you obviously super well. You're a harder sell than me on getting. It's harder to get Jimmy to laugh than it is to get me to laugh by a good amount.
yeah.
True.
However, I'm still pretty confident if you did sit through that, like you would spend a lot of your time being mad that you were there for sure.
Yeah.
But I think there's enough insane things peppered throughout it that you would overall be like, wow, that like
Okay,
you would
but
have
did
laughed.
you
you'd
laugh
laugh a lot.
during or did you only laugh after?
Oh, we laughed for almost the whole movie. Every
Oh,
scene
really?
is insanely stupid
Terrible.
and like ridiculous and like
Yeah.
yeah. Even when there's like what's crazy too is like you're watching like this wacky ridiculous premise with horrible CGI. Like there's occasionally they forgot to put fur on someone's human hand or like it's already insane. And then all of a sudden like Jennifer Hudson comes in and delivers a genuinely like heartfelt 4-minute little performance with gorgeous music and tears in her eyes and everything.
Yeah.
And then it's just like 5 minutes later, Rebel Wilson's like falling down a chimney or something, or like talking to a little human mouse or whatever. Like, it's ridiculous and
Such
it's
a
funny
waste
the
of
whole
money.
time. Like, no,
I would.
you can't call it a waste of money when I had fun the whole time.
Yeah, I would rather like blow leaves off my basketball court. Like clean my gutters. Honestly.
I'd rather clean my gut.
Have you guys seen The Disaster Artist?
I have not.
No.
Oh, it's so good. Well, you haven't seen The Room either, right?
No.
No.
So,
Doesn't that have a kid in it?
No, you're thinking of Room.
yeah. So
Oh, sorry. I confused Room and The Room.
It's yeah. So Room is a good movie that people like, and The Room is widely agreed upon to be the worst film ever made.
I feel like not that
Oh,
many
I've
people
seen.
have
Isn't
seen
that like
The
a
Room.
cult classic
You're
with
wrong.
the
Well, there's
guy
like a
with
cult
the...
classic, and there's like crazy people that watch it. But like, if you just poll people in the street, like most people have not seen that.
Wait, I've seen The Room. The guy with the black stringy hair.
Yeah.
It's like a cult classic. Yeah.
You saw the whole thing?
I laughed so hard at that.
Tearing me apart, Lisa.
Oh my gosh, I loved that.
It was the funniest.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. And what's
I've
funny?
seen the little clips they showed, like next to James Franco's
Oh
takes.
my
on it.
Yeah.
gosh, it's insane. Don't you love James Franco?
Yeah.
Surprised you haven't seen it.
Well, he's in the new one, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the remake.
The
Yeah.
Disaster Artist. But you got to
Yeah, I
watch
do
The
love
Room.
it.
I watched both.
You have to watch The
Oh,
Room
really?
before you watch The Disaster Artist, for sure.
Yes, you do. And you told me that, and I did.
Yeah,
Wait,
and it's worth
that's
it.
the Disaster Artist.
Because The Disaster Artist is like a genuinely wonderful film,
It's
but you
so
won't
good.
get it at all if you don't watch The Room. So
Well, if you know, but like,
you can
I've never
watch
seen the whole
it.
movie, but I know what The Room is. I know
Yeah.
the story behind it.
I think you should watch. We should watch that.
Like,
tonight.
do I really need to sit through
but
the,
you'll
the
miss.
No.
I think so.
No,
She's wrong.
trust me.
You'll miss a lot of like.
I
Fun
think you have
do I
enough
trust?
background info, and you get it enough. Here's what I did.
That's how I feel. But
No,
I don't know.
Kelly-
Okay, I think after you watch The Disaster Artist, you're gonna want to go back and watch The Room to compare.
Exactly.
You
will,
don't need to
for
watch it
sure.
first.
Because there's so many little funny things that they don't overtly point out.
True.
The attention to detail in The Disaster Artist is incredible, which is part of what makes it so good. Like this silly dumb thing they did in that scene, like they get it right, but unless you know like why that's funny, then you're missing things along the way. You'll totally enjoy the movie still, I think. But like I just think knowing that if I just tell you like the guy spent $6 million of his own money to make it. Knowing
It's
that
unbelievable. The
I already
whole
knew that,
time you're
though.
like, this
I know. So
can't be
if
real.
you, with that knowledge, watching the movie and just being mind blown scene by scene, and hopefully laughing a lot, then you go back and watch it, and then you can appreciate everything because you'll still enjoy it, but you'll definitely miss stuff. And I can't stand missing stuff from like movies that there's more out there for. But yeah, that was not.
How did we get there just now?
You asked me how much I'd pay to go to the movie theater, and then Jimmy said, "Well, you saw Cats, so
Oh, yeah.
there you go." So
I think you should promise right now that you'll never talk about cats again on this podcast.
that's impossible.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
I'd love to. I'll try. I didn't bring it up, by the way.
Okay, true. Valid.
I don't know if I.
It's not your fault.
I did, and I regret it.
Yeah. But yeah, going to movie theaters is about my favorite activity I think that I can possibly do.
It's pretty wonderful. I would say that I land between you and Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmy's like, take it or leave it, unless it's something
he
he's like
likes
dying
it.
to see.
I really like
Yeah, but he
seeing
doesn't
movies
go
in
to the
theaters
theater.
that I'm excited about.
Right,
though.
but he would never
Yeah.
just go for the experience. Like,
No, it has to be a movie. he
And I'm
definitely
like,
wants
I
to-
feel like going to the movies tonight. Which one out of the options will I see?
right.
Yeah.
I really hope.
Brian's like $250. Here you go. Any movie, anytime.
True story. True story. Do you know how many
I'll
people...
go watch Jimmy blow leaves off his basketball court in a movie theater right now if I could.
Deal.
Yeah. Yeah. So I love the theater, and it's just the whole thing, the popcorn, the soda, the whole experience. It's amazing.
It's pretty delicious.
And most theaters these days use soy butter.
They do. So
They
it's
do.
like, yeah, AMC and Regal have vegan
Cruelty
butter.
free, baby.
Yep.
Yeah, which is amazing.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
Do you like it better when they do the butter for you, or do you like it when you take the popcorn over to the butter
easily the first one?
thing? Same.
Because
That's
when-
because we like layered
Yeah,
butter.
I like layered
People
butter.
don't even know what that means. You realize
Yeah,
that
they
we're
do.
just fat
My
kids.
audience knows what that means.
Okay, cool.
I don't know which one I like better.
Well, you asked
It's just-
for this, but
Well, yeah, I obviously ask them, but it is annoying to have to go do it yourself and then bring
And
it
then
back.
bring it back. I feel like I'm holding
Plus,
up.
I
the
But
just
like,
like-
then you do get the amount you want.
True.
I don't know.
I don't feel like I even know how much I want though,
Yeah.
because like I'm not.
Like,
it's
leave it to
not
the
my
experts?
Yeah, exactly. I just trust the experts, and like I leave it to fate.
The minimum wage experts.
The high school senior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
I
like
mean,
on their phones.
Yeah.
I think we probably
half
put
the
too much
night.
thought into the butter on our popcorn, but I'm proud of it. So
Facts.
Proud of it.
love it.
Proud of it.
Thanks, Dad, for that.
Yeah. Thanks, Dad. I was gonna say that. I couldn't think of his name. What's the?
You don't know Dad's name?
No, Orville Redenbacher.
Oh, I was like,
I was gonna say
what?
thanks, Orville Redenbacher, but it wasn't coming to me. You don't know Dad's name?
say father, like how last night you were like,
Oh,
mother.
man. Do you guys? So, what's some movie memories we have as kids in a theater? Like, is there anything that stands out?
Yeah, which I'm still really confused about, and I think I may have determined this is my earliest memory the other day. But
Oh, that's right.
I vividly remember seeing The Little Mermaid in theaters.
Yep.
Because it's just my all-time favorite Disney movie. And I remember so clearly getting ready to go to the movie and Mom getting out a paper grocery bag, not like a lunch sack,
Sure.
like a grocery bag.
Barb's a resourceful woman.
And popping enough popcorn to fill the grocery bag.
Which you probably ate all of it with you three combined.
Yeah, and then we brought it. I think I got to bring a friend. You know what? I think this was a birthday thing.
Okay.
But then, what doesn't make
us
sense
back.
is that we discovered the other day this movie was released in 1989,
Yeah,
which
but
makes me 5.
I feel like in the
at the
90s, though,
movie.
they did more like special showings and things like that. Like
Oh,
it didn't.
I
It doesn't
bet
have
you
to be when it first came out.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Because I mean, I was
possible.
definitely old enough. I felt like I was 7 or 8.
I have a question for you, though.
Yeah.
Are you mixing Aladdin up with Little Mermaid by
No,
chance?
for sure no, because I
no?
remember the Under the Sea on the big screen,
Okay.
thinking it was so cool and being so annoyed that we had to pass the massive bag of popcorn back and forth between each other. Like, who doesn't bring an extra cup or something?
Yeah, true.
I mean, I don't know.
How'd Mom get in with a grocery bag of popcorn?
Because I was normal.
It's probably allowed back then.
Yeah, it was allowed.
For
Wow.
sure.
Totally allowed. I think there was licorice too.
So
That's
my
wild.
Now I'm thinking about it.
my first movie in a theater was Flubber.
That was like the
Classic.
worst movie ever made.
Another basketball
R.I.P.
movie,
Robin
though.
Williams. Wait, Robin Williams, right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Robin Williams.
I fell asleep, and I'm pretty sure it was just me and Dad.
Yep.
And
Oh, poor Dad.
Yeah, I fell asleep, so I guess that kind of
You
makes
think you fell
sense that
asleep
I'm
at the
not as
beginning?
obsessed with you guys because that was my first experience.
Yeah, maybe.
No, I fell asleep towards the end.
Yeah. Has
That
anyone?
slow period in the middle, and it's like setting up the end.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was like,
yeah.
I'm out.
Oh, it's such a bad movie.
Flubber?
Yeah.
Correct. But
think I
it's
mixed
it's
it
just
with-
a straight kids movie, though. It's not even like something to think that hard about.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But
What about you, Ray?
although I will say, if you didn't think about putting Flubber on your shoes and dunking from half court, then
Oh, yeah.
I don't even want to talk to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was.
I just had another.
That's what got me
memory.
to the theater.
Totally.
Yeah.
It was a basketball movie, so good call on the first one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just had another memory.
What's up?
So vivid. So our dad is notorious for bringing us to movies that weren't exactly age appropriate.
Not me.
And then-
Notorious.
what? Really? He's even done it with me.
No, that makes sense though. By
my
the
daughter.
time Jimmy was old enough to not like cry in a theater, Mom probably yelled at him 75 times for taking you and me to like R-rated movies.
Maybe, but I remember going to see Clueless
Yeah.
and Dad being like, "I probably shouldn't be taking you to this, but oh well." And then we just like went and watched
That
Clueless,
does
and there were
not
all
really
these
sound
like,
him on it.
No.
really?
okay.
Clueless?
Oh yeah.
No, I'm just saying your impersonation. Like,
What
is
year was
awful.
that? Oh, yeah. I remember in the parking
Yeah.
lot because he was like, "What are we going to do today? Oh, let's go see Clueless." And then because it was just the new release.
She's sticking with her impersonation.
Yeah.
Your dad voice is wild.
Whatever. I quit. Bye.
Okay, but
I'm done.
Clueless sounds like one that you would have like begged Dad to take you to.
Yeah. And Mom was like, "She can't see that."
Okay, so but you made it sound like Dad just wanted to see Clueless.
He did. Dad likes seeing new releases.
I mean, it's a good movie.
No, for sure. It's a great movie.
Yeah, it's a
but,
classic.
Yeah.
I'm in.
That's a great movie.
Yeah. And then we saw it, and there were a couple parts where I was like, "Ooh, I don't really know what
Everybody
that
in
means."
this room, rapid fire. First thing you think of in Clueless, Jimmy first, then Tessa.
It's the bomb.
Tessa, first thing, Clueless.
Oh, I don't think of like a line. I just
That's
think
fine.
of their cute outfits.
Cute outfits, Kelly.
Her crazy like digital closet setup, and she like her outfits were made on a little screen, and it like
Oh yeah, that was cool.
was like electric. You know,
Mine was
about
the
a
same as
circle.
yours, and then it was kind of mixed with the driving the Jeep on the freeway, getting freaked out scene.
Right, that and as if.
Yeah. What a classic.
And when they say Jeepin', and I was like, what does that mean?
You
Little
Jeeping behind my
context.
back.
Hey, you Jeepin' behind my back?
Little context. My scene is when he shaves his head and he didn't tell his girlfriend. You remember? And then she's like, "That looks terrible," or whatever she said. She's like freaking out on him at a party in the bathroom.
I forgot about
Yeah.
that.
He's like mocking her.
It's the bomb.
Yeah, it's the bomb.
He's like, look at Terrence's head. It's the bomb.
It looks sick on him.
It
Yeah.
does.
I'm
not gonna lie.
Dude,
That's such a good
Donald
movie.
Faison is low-key one of my favorite actors of all time.
He's great.
He's funny.
Have
He
you
is
ever
funny.
seen him and not loved him in what he was in?
No.
No,
He's amazing.
he's really great.
We love you, Donald. That's for sure listening.
Shout out Donnie.
Yeah.
Shout him out. Do any movies trigger like I guess we kind of did that. Specific memories is what the suggestion was we talked about earlier, but we have specific memories of those movies. You know what? Let's talk about the movies we watched into the ground. Just like...
Oh, you know the first answer to this.
10 things
Say it
I
on
hate
the count
about
of
you.
3. Oh, I was
things
going
I
to have
hate
a
about
say it.
you.
Oh, sorry.
Brian and I used to sit and recite the entire movie start to finish with the
Oh
with
my
it.
God.
Yeah.
We would just sit and say the whole
Do
thing.
you think we've seen that movie more than 250 times?
Yes.
Easily.
Nah,
Probably.
that's a lot.
That is a lot.
Let's
That's a
be
lot.
realistic here.
Yeah.
That's a lot. We didn't
Over
watch it
100
every day for a year,
for
so
sure, though. Over 100 easy.
over 100 easily.
I think I might have seen Brink 250.
I was going to say Brink is number 1 for me.
For
though.
sure.
It is.
Definitely.
Oh
yeah.
my
Me
God.
and
We
Brian
used
would
to watch
it.
that
I
almost
know.
every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I feel like the only movie
But
I've
those are the
seen
2 that stand out as far as like watching them
a million
times. Yeah.
I used to watch Girls Just Want to Have Fun, like on repeat a billion times. That and Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. Do you remember that?
I don't remember it as a
Sounds scary.
kid, but I watched it like
No, it's
you.
amazing.
I watched
It's
it like
Christina
a year ago.
Applegate, I think.
I watched it like a year ago because I was like, I think this was a thing from my childhood and I don't really remember it. Let's check it out.
Oh, it's so
It
good.
was great.
Maybe that's where our dark sense of humor came from so early. They're literally like rolling around a dead lady like it's no big deal.
True. But, or
I don't
just,
see you having that dark of a sense of humor.
no. Well, we laugh at stuff that's like morbid
I
potentially.
laugh at things sometimes
We
and people
just
are like,
use-
why are you laughing? That's
Yeah.
terrible. And I think it's so funny.
Yeah. Like just yesterday, someone said babies are useless. And we
No,
all...
worthless.
We're not going to
Worthless.
say who said
We're not
that.
going to say who said when I have a baby
She may or
and
may
it's
not be in
worthless.
this room.
But she just, hey,
And it was
now,
like a
she
miss.
meant helpless.
She meant helpless,
meant
but
helpless.
she still said. But we all laughed immediately, obviously, because.
And then we've
Okay,
said
but
several times since
I don't
then
think
that
that's-
worthless baby.
I don't think that's called having a dark sense of humor.
Yes,
Not
it
in
is
my
because there are
opinion.
people that would be like, "How could you call a baby
Okay,
worthless?"
but they're like freaking weirdos.
Okay, well,
Well,
case in point.
I do think that some of those R-rated movies we grew up going to like grounded us a little bit,
Yeah,
maybe more than other kids. That
I
were
remember
like,
being told to leave or go to bed because Dad wanted to watch White Men Can't Jump,
Oh, that's one of my all-time favorite.
and I
movies.
remember hearing like f bombs and being like, "Oh my god, so
Yeah, for
inappropriate."
sure.
So
For
good.
sure.
Yeah,
One of my early movie memories with Dad was seeing Blue Chips in theaters.
I don't
And
know if I've ever seen that.
it's an incredible basketball
Shaq?
movie with Shaq in it. And what other Hoopers are in it? There's other. He's not the only one.
Yeah,
is
there's
there?
a lot of them that were around his age.
Was Penny Hardaway was in it? for
Yeah,
sure.
that's where they met. That's before he got traded there,
Yeah. So, yeah, I remember seeing that in theaters, and that was
or before he got drafted.
pretty sure rated R.
Yeah, it was.
And I remember I saw it with Dad and his friend. I think I actually talked about this a little bit on the Dad episode. But
Oh, I think
Yeah, you did.
yeah, and he asked me to explain the plot of the movie afterwards, and I was like, "Well, you can only you can only pay college players a certain amount of money to play for college, right?" And they were like, "No, not at all. Nice try." I couldn't wrap my mind around that premise, but yeah, yeah, those are great. Any mom movie memories for you guys?
No.
They're all of our movie memories.
None. I'm thinking really hard right now, and I'm like, have I ever seen a movie in the theater with my mom? Now, Mom just comes with me and Macy,
Totally.
my 7-year-old, to see like
And she loves
Disney movies and
Mom
Pixar
loves movies
because
too.
she loves.
She does
yeah,
go to the theater a lot. Yeah.
Yeah,
she does.
She's a movie fan.
But why can't we remember going to movies with her ever?
Well, like anything adult or intense a little bit, or
Right.
True.
like she just doesn't
The least
like.
bit
yeah.
potentially offensive.
Yeah.
or-
Yeah.
yeah. That's true. I think like holiday movies.
Yeah, like she'll go to kids movies and like just
Yeah.
pleasant things
Animated.
that she's into.
Yeah.
Sunshiny Rainbow movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's keeping the Lifetime channel and Hallmark channel
Hallmark.
in
Yeah,
business.
that's her jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hallmark movies.
I
her
wouldn't say
thing.
Lifetime.
Yeah.
I have more TV show memories with Mom. I don't have any
Yes.
TV show memories with
Totally.
Dad.
What are your TV
True.
shows? Because I was gonna also bring
True.
up like movies versus TV shows as a kid. Like, were you more hyped on TV shows or movies?
Well, TV shows were just like a part of your routine.
Yeah, it was like
It's
I
not
need
like I
something
was
to
so
do while
hyped
I'm
about it,
eating this
but-
cereal.
Yeah, well, not even that. Like Tuesday nights, like we just get ready to watch, Seventh Heaven or whatever.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
watched a lot
Or-
of Seventh Heaven.
We
The only
did.
thing I
That,
can think
yeah.
of when I think of you, Jimmy, watching TV is,
I can see your
well, I'm sorry, but Barney.
smile.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy loved Barney the dinosaur, and
Oh, Jimmy was-
Rugrats. Barney and
Yeah,
Rugrats were
Rugrats,
like
for
your
sure.
thing.
Remember you had a Tommy Pickles glow in the dark T-shirt.
Yeah, that was sick. I wish I
Yeah.
still had that.
And now there's like Rugrats shirts at Target because it's cool again.
yeah.
It's so funny.
But I would also watch, we would call it the Gary Show with her, but it was called
Yes, the Gary Show.
not New Edition, something
edition, yeah. Next
More-
edition,
Late
Morning
edition.
future edition.
He was like in Alaska.
It was a cool premise though. No, he lived in a city,
Yeah.
and a cat would
Tomorrow's
Bring the
drop
newspaper.
tomorrow's
He got
newspaper on
tomorrow's
his doorstep every
What
day.
is that called?
Would the cat?
And he would just go save people all day long.
Yeah.
What is that called?
because he knew what was going to happen that day.
How do you make money? He spent all his day saving people.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
loved that show.
Good question. Yeah, it was amazing. It's
What's
the
his
coach.
job?
Seventh Heaven. Brian, do you remember
It's
us
the coach from
watching-
Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's the
you're
best.
right.
That show was awesome. Do
Yeah.
you think the cat delivered the paper though, or just was on it every morning?
I picture it like a futuristic space cat that
Just
delivered the paper.
appears
yeah,
with it
for sure.
Yeah.
I think someone delivered the paper and the cat at the same time.
Every morning.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
I was listening to a podcast and they were doing a draft. I think it was JJ Redick's podcast. They were doing a draft of like fictional characters that you would pick to live with in a quarantine.
Oh, I
And
like it.
somebody
Oh, that's
picked
cool.
Gary from that show, and I thought that
Yeah,
was
we always called it
awesome.
the Gary Show.
Yeah,
I
the
really
Gary Show.
hope you're finding the actual name right now, Brian.
But
'cause
that's
that
such a
would
cool
be-
pick because like
You know tomorrow's news,
I
and
mean,
that
I
would
don't
be
know, I
real
guess.
valuable right now. Well,
Yeah.
except you only be a day ahead. It's not like
That's
you
true,
knew
that's true.
next week's news or a month away.
yeah,
It's
you would
one
probably
day.
want the Back to the Future Doc. What's his name?
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah.
it was
that would be
called
better.
Probably rather have
early
him.
edition.
Early edition.
edition, yeah.
That
That makes
seems really
that makes
obvious. I feel like we really should have been able to think of that.
Yeah, and shout out Kyle
Late edition.
Chandler for
Kyle
being Gary.
Chandler.
Kyle Chandler. He's the man.
So
He's the
I
man.
remember us watching Doogie Howser too. Do you remember that at all,
Oh,
Bri?
heck
Or even
yeah.
like ER.
I did not
doctor
watch that.
shows.
Oh, that was my cue to leave
Yeah.
the room.
Yeah, Brian
I
like ER.
hated that crap. I still do. Like
Yeah.
I don't think my movie tastes have really evolved.
Yeah,
as
he
I've
thinks
turned into an
procedural
adult.
shows are dorky or whatever.
Right. He did say that.
I think that watching like deep cut ones that are not like main normal broadcast once a week ones are a little deep cut. Like if they're not like main channel, like if you're watching ones on
What do you mean, like on the
Freeform or
CW?
something, like
Oh.
weird ones that most people haven't heard of, I think that gets dorky. But
Says the biggest dork we know. Love you.
I'm just in a room full of cool people, so it's not that hard to be a big dork.
There's a guy that wants to go see the movie Cats if it was in theaters.
I would not go see that again for free tomorrow. Just FYI.
That's
yes,
good to
you
know.
would for popcorn
That's
in a
good to
theater.
know.
Yes, you would.
Absolutely not.
I don't believe it for a second.
Why
I
would
know how badly you want to be in a
Why would
theater.
I lie?
Yeah, I don't.
I would only do it if Jimmy went with me.
Right?
Well,
So
then
you
it's
would
not
do it.
happening.
There you go.
Yeah,
it's not happening.
Okay, back to TV show memories when we were younger because
Power Rangers
Wait,
every single day, never
yeah.
missed an episode. Because like my daycare lady, like just the time mom picked me up, it was like the perfect storm. Like
Mm-hmm.
I would always be there, ready to roll, watching
Right at Power
that
Rangers.
day's episode of Power Rangers. Like,
Yeah.
by the way, can we talk about how kids shows have a new episode every day? My goodness, like. There's so many shows back
yeah.
then where it was like
I never
a
even thought
season
about
was
that.
like 38 episodes, and they would have like a handful of weeks off throughout the year for various reasons.
That's
and-
true.
That's
Yeah,
intense. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
definitely
and
true.
now
Remember
it's
we used to
like-
love all that?
now someone's like, "Hey, you
Yeah,
should
All
watch
That
this."
Dope,
Oh,
yeah.
all that. We're gonna get back
Keenan
to
and
all
Kel.
that in a second. But
So good.
yeah, I was just gonna say also that now when someone's like, "Hey, watch Ozark," and I'm like, "Bro, that's like 35 episodes. Go away. I don't have time for that." And we used to watch 38 episodes in
Yeah.
one season of something.
Yeah.
But all that is possibly the greatest kids TV show ever made.
I really believe that.
It's up there.
actually. Yeah.
Certainly a contender.
Rocket
This
Power,
is all
Oh yes,
that.
please.
easily.
Rocket Power.
Do you even know what
was
that is?
I have
incredible.
no clue what Rocket Power
Kelly
is.
aged out of Rocket Power right as me and Jimmy were loving it.
Yeah, it's just a group of 4 kids that live in like Santa Monica.
Is it animated or
Yeah,
real
it's
kids?
animated.
Yeah,
And
Okay.
they just like
Nickelodeon
do
cartoon.
all the extreme sports.
Oh.
Same
It's the
animators from
best.
Rugrats, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
They
Like,
surf and skate and bike and
Oh,
everything.
I mean, sounds pretty cool.
Snowboard,
Was
yeah.
it on Nickelodeon?
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I love
They had like
Doug.
a handshake where they'd stick their fingers out and be like, wiggity,
Woogity, woogity, woogity.
wiggity.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that weird
But
show, Pete and
That
Pete?
guy's name was Auto Rocket, and because of Auto Rocket, if I ever have a son, I want to name him Auto.
Good luck
It's my
finding
favorite name ever.
A mom
That's a sick
for that,
name.
son.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I can name him Auto, and plus bonus Auto.
Wait, you don't like the name Otto?
Like
Kelly?
OTTO?
Yeah, OTTO, like Auto Graham.
Oh, AUTO.
Yeah,
You
get
never
outta
know.
here.
You just told me you like someone named Shark, so
That is pretty sick.
But also Otto Graham is a Browns quarterback, a legendary Browns quarterback. So Otto is
Just works.
That
only
helps.
good for
That
me.
helps.
Yeah.
For sure.
I like
But
it.
Pete and Pete was crazy. Those two redheaded guys. I
Yeah.
don't remember loving
It
that. I
was
don't
the
think that I was
strangest
like
show
the
ever.
right age for that.
Never heard of
humor
it.
or
I remember the
something.
entire time being like, why are we watching this?
Yeah.
It was awful.
Why are we?
But
why
it was
is
on
this-
either right before or right after
I
something
think it was
we loved.
between like the Eat Your Shorts show. What was that one? Like the other camp one.
Camp Onawana.
Camp Onawana.
Is that what it's
but
called?
I don't think the show is called. I think it was called
that
Eat
sounds
Your
familiar.
Shorts.
Camp Onawana.
I hold you in our heart, but
And
when we think about you, it makes us wanna fart.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
I don't remember what that was though.
I think it was called Eat Your Shorts, but I think Pete and Pete was on next to that and All That, and so we like stuck
think
it
it
out
was.
through Pete and Pete to get to All That or whatever.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, but All That's incredible. I mean,
So
Kenan
good.
Thompson's like, I'm just gonna do sketch comedy for my literal entire life
Yeah.
if that's cool with
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, true.
And we're like, please proceed.
Good
Right.
burger. Let's get back to movies here.
Yes.
Came from
Good
all that.
It
burger.
did.
Yes.
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger.
Can I take your
Your
order?
order.
We watched that one
So good.
an incredible amount of times too.
I
Yeah, we
answered the
did.
phone the other day, and Jay called me, and before I picked it up, I started singing, I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, we're all dudes, hey.
Did he know what it was?
Oh, yeah, he laughed
Good
immediately.
job, Jay.
Yeah.
I think that was the first orange
Or it might have been Mike T.
tape
actually.
that
I
I've
don't
ever
remember.
seen. Like, you know, Nickelodeon
Yeah,
did the orange VHS tapes.
was orange.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were pretty great.
Remember the Snow Day VHS was orange?
Oh,
That
yeah,
movie?
Snow Day.
Snow Day was solid.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
really good.
That was a good one.
Yeah. What was her name? Michelle Trachtenberg? Is that the girl?
Oh,
in
it
that movie?
is. Yeah, that's Michelle Trachtenberg.
for sure.
That was a good movie.
Yeah. Was there any other like TV shows that got cool kids movies like that? Because
Oh yeah.
or no,
'cause
Good
that
Burger
came-
wasn't even a TV show; it was a sketch from All That. So
Yeah, it was like a little sketch.
and that was
turned
the
into a whole
only one
movie.
they did that with, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't think anything
God, those
else in there
jerks
got a
from
whole
Mondo
movie.
Burger got what they deserved.
It's like the kids' version of SNL, basically.
Totally.
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't do some version of that now.
Yeah.
Are we sure they don't? I don't feel like I have a good grasp on what's going on
Right.
today.
Yeah, you're right.
It might exist.
It might exist. It's probably on YouTube. Some kids producing
Yeah.
it for free.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And if not, they should be.
Yeah, right.
Macy.
absolutely. Let's talk about. I got a good question for us to dive into, and we can answer for each other. And Tessa, I definitely want you to participate in this. I want to know who we think should play each other in a movie about our lives,
Oh,
because
I
that's
knew this was coming.
a great
I didn't.
fun debate to talk about. Well, she's guessing. We didn't talk about it ahead of time. But I want Kelly, who do you think would play Jimmy in a movie? Let's start with that.
This is so hard because it has to be the actor in their current
We're going to say
state.
all people involved are 25 years old. So it's
Oh,
it's
so I can pick an actor that's not 25
Jimmy
right
when
now,
he's
but
25,
I can say,
the actor when they're
oh,
25.
duh, 25-year-old Matt Damon.
That's kinda easy.
Nice.
Jimmy looks so much like Matt Damon.
Jimmy looks a little bit like Matt Damon.
Okay, your opinion.
But
I would say a little bit too, but I like it. Thank you.
yeah,
yeah, I think that's a good shout for Jimmy.
And 25-year-old Matt Damon, that's like peak Matt Damon.
totally.
In my opinion.
Totally.
Goodwill
But we need him
Hunting.
to have a little bit of stubble.
Tessa, what do
Yeah.
you think
I
of
was
this?
thinking Leo, but I think actually the guy from Brink.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
But
What's
we
his
don't know
name?
what he looks like at 25, the guy from Brink. Do
I
we?
want to call him like...
He was probably 25 when he played a 16-year-old
right?
in Brink.
For sure.
Probably.
Honestly.
Realistically. He was at least 20, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Okay, Jimmy, who's going to play Brian?
Oh, God.
Wait, Brian's got to pick who plays me
Oh,
first.
he does?
Since you two just
oh, we're
did,
both doing it.
right?
Okay.
I was
see.
going to say Leo. Tessa kind of
What?
chimed in on that one, yeah.
I don't see that, but I love
Leonardo
Leo. So
DiCaprio.
I'll take it too.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess him and Matt Damon did look kind of similar when they were younger.
When they were younger.
Yeah.
Like fuller. Yeah, okay.
So Jimmy's movie is going to be successful because you either have Matt
Oh, yeah.
Damon or Leo.
Yeah,
like,
right? Good
They'll
to be
just carry my
Jimmy.
movie. It doesn't even have to be a good script.
Good to be
Yeah.
you.
Jimmy's movie
Yeah.
is good to go.
So
Lucky Jimmy.
What's your movie going to be about? You're 25. What's going on in your life when you're 25?
25. That was 3 years ago. So we just moved to California, right? Perfect.
Yeah.
That's a good movie. Finally
Nice.
getting out of the rain and gray of Washington and
Nice.
fulfilling my dreams.
There's a lot of fun
I'd watch that
things, like
movie.
fun parts of a move that could make for a good movie, too.
Oh yeah, and we just took a huge trip around the world, Tessa and I,
Oh.
for like 2 months long.
Really
Yep.
good movie.
Yeah.
Living a couple minutes away from the beach and just get a puppy. Like,
Oh
what
yeah,
else
just
do you
got a
need?
puppy.
Yeah. What a great time. Wow.
Yeah. There's not a villain in the movie, though. I don't.
There's
feel
got gotta
quick.
be. Oh, that's a great question. What or who is like the villain or like adversity from the movie?
Just our fights.
Just you fighting each other, and
Fights,
like
their debates.
the audience is like, oh man, this is a big decision. They're moving to California. Are they gonna stick together or not? Like, so it's just
Right.
that's
It's a
the
relationship thing.
drama. I like it.
I was
like
thinking
it.
like city league, like a city league basketball team that we would play against.
Of course you think
'Cause
that.
I just started playing basketball down here in California,
Yeah,
so like
Yeah.
some assholes on a different team that kept beating us.
yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be
I
fun
like
too.
that.
That'd be another like fun side story to dive into in your movie. Is it going to be like a rom com? Is it going to be dramatic?
See, here's the thing: there's lots of sports movies out there, but there's no sports movies about men's recreational basketball. So
That's a big gap.
what's going on here? There's an audience for that.
There's such
There is definitely.
Because it's like so many more people relate to that than like the NBA. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Totally.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. So Jimmy's movie's in good hands.
It's a
I
sports
think. I
movie.
think
It's
we're
got a little
great.
relationship arc. It's got a new puppy.
Yep.
It's,
I like it.
So
It's got
before we
everything.
move on, we have to know because it's the same movie because it's Jimmy and Tessa together doing
Wait,
all
who's
this.
better at hooping, Leo or Matt Damon?
I would.
I would guess Matt Damon.
Guess
Because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have any shitty ass Luck of the Irish.
I feel like I've
You know
never
what, though?
seen Leo do anything
They're
athletic.
both committed
Yeah.
enough to their
Have
job
they?
that
Oh, no,
they're
Leo-
gonna like get it done.
Leo did a basketball movie.
Oh, he did. You're right.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't think he was that good
I
in it
missed
though.
The
that.
guy from Brink is a proven athlete.
True.
Wait, was that your final pick?
Yeah.
You said you were gonna say Leo, so the final pick was the guy from Brink.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can blade.
Yeah. Eric
Sure
Von,
can blade.
Eric Von Detten is his name.
Oh, I don't
Von
picture him as an
Detten.
Eric Von Detten.
It's like
Also,
Okay,
you can
anyways, what were
slide
you
the
gonna say?
mic. You can slide the mic to Tessa a little bit to help her chime
And think
in.
about this: if the guy from Brink is playing you, we could throw in some like just like a random little scene where you, aka him, is coming home from work or something, and he like blades in, just a little like nod to Brink.
So-
Well, I worked from home,
Yeah.
but
Jimmy's
You know
about
what I
to
mean.
say
Point
that
taken.
I think Jimmy might be thinking that
home
he
from
wasn't
work on
blading when he was
blades.
25, but movies about people have to be a little bit inaccurate.
yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I think that's a good little detail to have wrong that is based in like old school reality.
It's like me blowing off steam after losing the championship.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
so I
can
head
you do
over
it
to the
for
skate park
exercise?
and get some
Yeah.
blading in.
Get some triple backflips in.
Yeah.
That's great. So same movie, Tessa, Jimmy. Who's playing Tessa?
That is hard.
It's difficult.
This is
Gabrielle
hard.
Union?
I don't get the joke.
I don't get the joke.
I like it.
I mean, I feel like she has a good sense of
Gabrielle
humor. She's
Union.
funny.
Yeah.
You're hilarious. So
You guys have similar eyes. Both kind of squintier, you know?
yeah.
I didn't know she had
You got to speak in the
I was gonna
mic.
say I wish Taylor Swift had acting skills because I would say Taylor
Yeah,
Swift.
no, a person that actually looks like Tessa.
We're giving people the benefit of time travel, so it can
I was
be-
just trying to really get my movie to be a blockbuster. Like
I don't
Leo
understand how
and
Gabrielle
Union
Union
would be
is-
insane.
I'll
Tessa.
take it.
It would be great.
Did
I
you
just
hear what I
want.
just said or no?
Well, Jimmy's trying
So
to
I'm
make
just trying to make it a blockbuster. So
Oh, got it.
I would make $500 million if I had Leo and Gabrielle Union
right.
in a men's city league basketball movie.
True.
Like, come on,
Please.
rollerblading
Someone's gonna
scenes.
steal that
please.
idea.
I don't know actresses that look like her.
They don't. It doesn't have to just.
Tessa,
be
has anyone
looks
ever said
like-
you look like an actress? Can you help us out
It's
here?
always Taylor Swift.
You know who
Yeah,
my pick
see?
is for Tessa? I'm gonna have to look up her name
I'm
real
not
quick.
crazy. She looks a little bit like Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift's not. Has she ever acted in anything before?
Yeah, cats.
No, she was in Valentine's Day. Was it
You guys
Valentine's
keep-
Oh yeah,
bringing
she
that
was in
movie up.
Valentine's
Yeah.
Day.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, she was in Valentine's Day.
Screw
I
it.
loved that movie.
Let's go with.
No,
T. Swift.
I like Gabrielle
T. Swift and
Union.
Matt
I
Damon.
think Gabrielle Union's better.
Okay, so why'd you give me all this shit about it
Well,
then?
we were just like talking about like people that you kind of looked like, so I was like confused.
Right.
That was like a weird joke. But if you're just going like picking a fun actress, then I mean I love.
Yeah, I thought we were
Gabrielle
picking
Union,
people
and
that
she's so
looked like
pretty.
us too.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely part of it. But I want the most accurate depiction of the character, not necessarily make a blockbuster film. That's
Okay.
my bigger concern. I was thinking about because I've seen her with all different hair colors and styles and stuff, and I think that it's nerve wracking to suggest someone to play someone because like you don't want to offend them. But I was thinking Summer Glau has a shot at it.
Who is Summer Glow?
You guys,
Can
probably
you
don't know
name
who she
something else
is.
that she's been in?
Not that you've seen.
She could totally play Tessa.
I'll take it.
She was in Serenity and Firefly, so a lot of my audience will know that and be like, "Oh, I love her." But yeah,
Okay.
she was in like some
She does
sci-fi
look,
stuff.
yeah, she could
but,
totally
like,
represent Tessa.
Give her blonde hair.
Yeah, I think she could do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but she
Good choice.
has to be able to pull off the humor of Tessa
Right.
because Tessa's super funny.
Yeah,
so
she is really funny.
You can't just like have her look the part and call it a day. Like she's got to have the sarcasm. She's got to be able to like do that piece of it.
Right. Well, she's a pretty good actress.
Summer Glau.
Your guys' movies a
Summer
hit.
Glau and Matt Damon.
Any of
I
the
like that.
actors or actresses we picked, your guys' movies in good hands.
Mm-hmm.
You never answered my
is.
question about a rom-com versus drama. Like, where is it leaning? This is really fun. I like this exercise.
I would just say somewhere in the middle.
okay.
You know,
Yeah, just a good, solid,
Right.
well-rounded movie.
it's serious, but lots of funny parts. You know, it's
Yeah.
like
Yep.
it's got some heart.
Yep.
Yep.
Dramatic ending.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like dramedy.
yeah.
All right, Jimmy. Who's playing Kelly?
Coach Carter vibes.
Yes.
Who's playing Kelly in Kelly's movie, James?
Oh, man. I'm afraid of this.
I feel like I'm bad at this. I don't know.
It's hard to do.
It's difficult.
Very hard.
And
to
I don't
do.
know like a million actresses' names like you do, Brian.
Right? It is hard when you
You
don't
can just say
know.
like the person from the thing that
The
did the
names.
like. I'll look it up if we have to, but I'll go with mine because I have one in mind.
Okay.
Kate Hudson.
Yeah. When I had blonde hair and bangs, everyone would always
You would
say
get
that, or young Goldie Hawn, who's her
Really?
mom. Yeah.
Oh, so that's good. Because most of your life I've known you've been blonde. You're currently brunette and it looks amazing.
Thanks.
But mostly, for sure, 25-year-old Kelly was blonde.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super blonde.
Yeah. So 25-year-old Kelly, 2000, or no, what year was it?
What?
When you were 25?
Really?
Okay. So what were you doing when you were 25? Sorry, I didn't even think about the
What was I doing when I was 25?
sensitivity of age.
I was getting
piece.
married.
So
I was also
it'd be
kidding.
about you getting married.
Yeah, in Mexico.
That would be fun.
And at that time, that was like, what? You're really going to go to Mexico and get married?
You
I was
guys.
like, yeah.
You know what scene would be in Kelly's movie?
What?
Mom
Don't say
dancing
it.
on a
Don't
bar.
say it.
Oh, don't talk about that. Us going to the
Don't
Coco
say
Bongo nightclub
For Kelly?
in Cancun, Mexico. And
Your movie would be so cool because it would mostly take place around the resort. It'd be like Forgetting Sarah Marshall
Dreams
style.
Cancun, which doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it'd be like Forgetting Sarah Marshall style. Like we're all hanging out at this resort and like goofing around and having fun and eating terrible pizza.
And then a shark comes out of the water, and there's a tornado attached to it.
What do you do?
Yeah.
Sharknado 6.
So scared of sharks. So scared of sharks. Did you find an
I
actress?
have a
Tessa?
pick.
Okay.
Emily Blunt.
Let me see.
Oh, that's a good one.
Emily, why? That's such a
She's
familiar
amazing.
name. What is
She's
she
John
in?
Krasinski's wife and incredible actress.
Oh,
And
thanks, Tessa.
Yeah.
That works.
Emily
like
Blunt's
it.
awesome.
I like
like
her. I
Yeah.
do like her.
Wait, who's the girl from 40-Year-Old Virgin?
Oh, Katherine Heigl.
Yeah,
That's a good one too.
that's my pick. Katherine Heigl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Pull her up.
I think your pick might be my favorite.
Yeah.
I really like
Katherine
her,
Heigl.
Katherine Heigl as Kelly.
Wait, what? The mom?
Yo, you're struggling.
Oh, why are you saying knocked up?
She's the one that gets.
Oh.
She's a
knocked
girl
up.
from
Wait, is
Knocked
she
Up.
in 4-Year-Old Virgin?
No, she's from
Oh,
Knocked
me and Jimmy
Up.
both thought.
And
Knocked
I'm sitting here like the dark red
27
hair
dresses.
older lady, the 40-year-old.
No,
Thanks.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Me and
Knocked
Jimmy
Up.
thought Knocked Up together. No matter what he said, we were like on the same page.
Same
still.
group of actors.
Yeah,
and-
same
yeah,
vibes.
yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, so Katherine Heigl for Kelly.
She's probably in it, honestly.
That's really good. Your movie's gonna be fun.
Thanks.
I,
I
like
hope
that.
it's fun.
Yeah.
But can any of these people sing? Because I would like to sing in the movie.
Yeah, you do need to be able to sing in the movie.
I think
Yeah, I don't
Emily
know.
Blunt can.
Emily
You're
Blunt can
correct.
sing.
She totally can.
There we go.
Yep. Your movie's all set.
She's in.
Yep.
Good. I like it.
Nice.
Set in Mexico. Are we moving on to Brian?
All right, who's playing me, guys?
Seth Rogen.
Wow.
I know you want me to say Justin Timberlake.
High praise.
Right
no,
now?
I'm happy. Seth Rogen's beautiful.
I'm saying like a skinny Seth Rogen with facial hair and cool glasses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like in the last movie he was in with, who was it, Charlize Theron? Or,
Yes.
Dude.
Wait.
He's like not quite as skinny, but he's skinnier.
Did you watch that,
In
by
many
the way?
ways. I did. It's good.
Super
What's
good.
it
Yeah, I
called?
actually liked it.
What is that
What is it called?
It's like she's like a presidential candidate or something.
Yeah.
And he's like her new writer or whatever. What's that called? Why can't I think of it? It's so good.
Yeah, that version of Seth Rogen.
Okay. I'll accept that.
So
like that.
25. What were you doing at 25?
Going to Europe for 30 days with my friends.
There we go.
Nice.
That'd be a fun movie.
That is a good movie.
Yeah.
Especially because didn't you go on that trip jobless and then you were like, well, I'll figure it out when I get back.
So I had like a nothing paying job, and my friends were like, hey, you want to go to Europe for 30 days with us in a few months? And I was like, absolutely, let's do it. Sign me up. And I had not a single dollar saved, and I had no idea how I was going to pay for it, but I wasn't going to miss the opportunity. So, yeah.
I'm glad you did that. I remember being like, just
So
do
what's
it.
you just
I pinched I
Like,
saved
what
up.
happened? How'd
Right.
you make this
How's
So
the
hard.
movie
You
end?
have to watch the movie to see.
Yeah.
So yeah, it worked out, obviously. No, yeah, I was saved up a little bit of money as best I could up until time to leave, and I was able to. Actually, my buddy Rob paid for my ticket and let me pay him back,
I remember that.
and so that enabled
good
me
friend.
to go for sure. He's one of the best people in the world.
He is.
Yeah, so he paid
Shout out
for
Rob.
Yeah, shout out Rob. So he helped me with that piece of it, and then yeah, I was able to go hang out with my friends. My job let me take a month off. It was like a minimum wage, like managing a cell phone accessory stand in the mall.
Oh yeah, I became the manager.
And Jimmy became my interim manager.
Brian
it
went
was
on
sick.
vacation.
It wasn't minimum wage though. It was a little bit above.
Well,
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so it was a little bit above because you're the manager. They can't pay the manager the same, so here's an extra $2. So I hired Jimmy before this to work a few hours or whatever, and I can't talk about this without thinking about that iPhone that he freaked out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he broke an iPhone on so this kid handed him a phone. Quick sidebar. A kid handed him a phone with a silicone case to put on it. And if you've ever put an actual squishy, floppy silicone case on a phone, the amount of pressure it takes to push the phone into the case is next to nothing, right?
Nothing.
Well, this kid handed Jimmy an iPhone. I'm doing quote marks with my fingers.
It was fake. Very fake.
And
Okay.
Jimmy goes to put it on, pushes his thumb down on the screen to get it into the case, and it cracks.
Shatters. The
Yeah.
whole screen.
The whole screen cracks.
No.
And Jimmy just freezes. Looks like he sees a ghost, looks up at me, he's like, I broke it. And then I'm like looking at it. Me and Jimmy take like one decent look at the phone. We clearly know it's a plastic fake, like a plastic crap screen. Like it's not a real iPhone.
You still feel terrible though. Like this
Oh, for sure.
kid's phone is still broken.
Did he stand there
Yeah.
and watch the whole thing happen?
He was a little kid. He was like 8 years old.
Yeah.
And he was like bilingual. His parents didn't speak English.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was like translating back and forth, and I
Got
was
it.
like,
His parents
"We
tried.
can't buy you an iPhone because this isn't an iPhone." like,
Yeah.
Wait, I don't get. Was it a functioning fake iPhone?
Yes.
yeah, I don't know where they got it.
It was like an Android phone that looked sort of like an iPhone. This used to be really popular.
But it fit in an iPhone case.
Kinda.
Well, not really.
Not this one.
Okay. Anyways,
Yeah. So
back to movies.
his parents tried to scam us, and the kid covered for us and was like, "No, we're not gonna scam these people," and like told us the truth and like,
Yeah, he actually said to his parents, like, I'm not gonna lie to him.
yeah,
Oh my gosh, that's
like
crazy.
yeah.
That
The
was-
kid was dope, but
sucked.
So that will
So I
will
took
that
a-
be in the movie then? I think that'll be
That
in the
scene?
movie.
oh, absolutely,
Very important. Very
And
important.
no, it genuinely will, and the reason is because like there has to be like some sort of message, text, like how are things going, like that I send you from Europe. And then the camera flashes back to you, like even though it didn't happen while I was away.
Yeah, it's a movie.
It's a movie.
Yeah.
So
Right.
like you got to throw that.
Who's
in.
the villain in your movie, Bri? Like, why do you have? What's the villain?
The villain in my
your
movie is taking naps on vacation. How do we do that?
What?
Robin Laurel, who I went with, it was so much fun going with them, but they're big nappers. They wanted to nap and relax, and I'm like, I don't want to go relax on vacation. I relax at home. I want to go do fun things all day, every day. And so like there were occasional times where we were not on the same page about relaxing
There was
versus
no
But you
villain
could just
on the
go
trip,
out while
though?
they're napping.
totally, which a bunch of times I did.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
obviously hanging out with my awesome friends, I want to do things all together.
You didn't
It's more
encounter
fun
any
like that.
actual villains on the trip at all. There was no one rude.
No,
or
but
mean
there's a
or-
really great initial scene. So I guess this is for sure rude, but in context, I don't really think it's that rude. So the first thing that happened when we got to Italy was that we put our bags away and we went down to a pizza restaurant like on the sidewalk, and we're sitting like basically on the sidewalk. There's no window where you think a window would be.
Okay.
And so like this homeless guy came up and he was like clearly begging for food, and incredibly fast Italian, and we.
I think this should be like the climax, like he is the big villain.
He's the big. He's
This
like
is the big
stalking
conflict
us.
of the movie. Yeah.
So he was like begging for food, and the people that worked at the restaurant tried to shoo him away or whatever, but it wasn't working, and they didn't really try that hard to get rid of him.
Okay.
So this guy's standing at our table, and he's just like begging and waiting and just buying time. And my pizza arrives, but all the pieces are still stuck together a little bit because it wasn't like cut perfectly. You know how pizza pieces still stick together a bit? Well, I loosened a piece of pizza up, took a bite of it. The second I set my piece of pizza back down, he grabbed it and ran
He stole a piece of your pizza from right out underneath
off
you.
my plate. And then
Did
just
you
took
say
off.
anything, or were you too stunned to speak?
No, just was stunned, and then we all started laughing.
So
and
that's
like,
the villain. So who plays him?
No, he's not the villain. He was just hungry.
Okay.
Like, and I would have happily given him a piece of pizza if I could talk to him. But yeah, that's just like a really fun opening scene, I think, where we're like, oh, what the heck?
Yeah, that'd
Yeah,
be funny.
but the villain of my movie would be,
Like
you know, the
a
drama.
Brian movie wouldn't have a villain.
Right, I agree.
You know, it'd just be like
Yep.
just happy,
funny. Yeah,
just
happy.
Yep.
a happy, funny
it'd be
movie
funny.
the whole time. There'd be a little drama with me being really broke at the end of the trip.
There you go.
Okay.
Like I was running out of money at the end of the trip for sure. There's definitely some drama. Oh my God, I got it. The peak dramatic scene of the whole movie.
Okay.
When we were in Rio Maggiore in Italy, we lost Laurel. We thought she was straight up kidnapped and that we were
You
gonna
really believed that in
fly-
a moment.
Absolutely.
Like a hangover
my
situation.
gosh.
Like thought it was possible.
Like in
we didn't
Taken.
believe that happened for sure, but we were terrified of that possible reality.
yeah, is this like a hangover vibe or a Taken vibe? Where are we going?
A Taken vibe.
More Taken vibe.
But that's not you. You don't want your movie to be like this serious. Like you don't even really like that.
No, but for just that, like for like 5-10 minutes of a movie.
For 5-10 minutes.
You think my movie's
Which
just gonna
makes the
follow
movie
a
10
formula?
minutes of suspense.
Which makes it more of a hangover vibe. Like they were really scared for a hot second.
True. I'm with Jimmy
And then
on
there's
this
just a
one.
ton of funny
So
shit
I guess
that happens.
in the
you know?
context of my movie, I'll choose hangover vibe because I don't want to be this overarching. Because it didn't linger. Like once we found her, we like yelled at her for running off with a stranger, and then that was like it.
Oh, that's how she ran off with a stranger?
Yeah.
She didn't like get lost.
No, she was fine.
I'm glad she found you eventually.
Yeah, but it was sketchy. Like it's a weird small town, and like there's tiny alleys going every which way, and like she's
Yeah.
just gone.
That'd be scary.
But yeah. So that'd be a pretty cool kind of dramatic scene.
I like it.
Yeah, and then another one would be trying to get back to our hotel in Ireland. Like we were
Oh,
out
that's a
really
better
late
story.
and have no idea where we're going, and it's like pitch black, and like we try to get back and we're walking all over the place. And then there's a different night where Robbie was drunk and perfectly walked us back to the hotel, like no problem. But when we were like sober trying to do it, there was no hope. So that could be funny.
If you get lost, get Robbie
Yeah.
drunk.
So my movie's more like Euro trip style, like
Yeah.
hangover, fun, silly movie.
Sounds good to me.
Nice.
And you even met a girl in one of those countries or something too. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was like super fun. A
Yeah,
whole
we-
group of people.
We met a group of like 3 British girls that were like super fun, and I fell in love with one of them.
Yeah. I remember that.
It's like, I remember like thinking and like writing down, because I wrote a little journal every day of my travel of like what happened that day, being like, she's the most amazing person I've ever met in my life. She's so funny. She's so wonderful. And
I
I'm
remember you
like,
telling me that.
reality.
And I was like, so are you moving
Yeah.
then? Like, what? Do we know her name?
Yeah. And I'm still like social media friends with her.
What?
Nice.
Yeah, but in reality, she was just like the first really pretty British person I ever met in real life, and so I was like in shock.
Was it the accent that got you?
For sure, played a role. Yeah,
It's pretty cool when you have an accent.
yeah, totally. But our movies are good.
I mean,
They're gonna be. Why are you so
Pretty solid.
weird on
I feel like
your
mine
movie?
is pretty mediocre.
Why? It's like an
There's no
incredible
travel involved.
tropical, like,
Oh yeah, the Mexico. You're right.
yeah, we're in Mexico.
You
the whole
both traveled the
time.
world in your movies. I would totally watch them.
Jimmy's movie will probably cover a larger span of time. Mine's probably gonna focus mostly around like my like weird little job in the mall, and then I go on a trip for most of the movie.
Well, the City League season is 10 weeks long. We one more week for the championship and the
Totally.
playoffs on the same night. So
There you go.
Yep.
yeah,
That sounds good. You know what I just thought of?
What?
I had an American Idol audition right after
Oh, perfect.
my wedding. Then, so can we like run with that
Absolutely.
in the movie?
Yeah, we have to.
Okay, I like it better now.
there you go.
Yeah.
Now I'm in.
Okay. This is great.
You got me.
Nice. Who plays me?
Think we can get the rights to use American Idol in a movie?
But does your movie? So your movie has Katherine Heigl, and it has Seth Rogen.
Yeah, you got to be in my Matt Damon, because you all have to be in my movie. That's good.
Those are some big names.
I guess all of our movies
not
would
main
have
parts.
all of these actors in it.
Yeah, it's gonna have Matt Damon
For
filming
certain
my
parts.
wedding in the movie because Jimmy filmed my wedding.
Yeah,
It's true. He
First
did.
wedding
my
film
movie
ever.
might not have you guys in it though because it's me moving
Leaving
to
you?
California. Yeah, leaving you guys.
We'll be in it on
be in, like, the
FaceTime when
beginning.
you called us from Dubai.
Yeah,
You
There
called
you
us
go.
from the room in Dubai on FaceTime.
We'll be
so
in
I'll
it
on
be there.
Thanksgiving or something.
we'll be in it a little bit.
Yeah, it was a holiday.
Yeah. Kelly's movie is going to have scenes of Seth Rogen playing catch with a football all day long on the beach with Matt Damon.
Huge sunburn.
Don't forget the sunburn.
I don't think I got burnt.
Accuracy.
I don't think I got burnt at your wedding.
I'm sure
Brian,
you did.
you get fried every time we see the sun.
I told you this yesterday. Once a year, when summer hits, I'm never ready for it, and I don't prepare, and I don't think the sun's going to get me. And then all of a sudden, I'm wrong, and I'm super burnt. It happens once a year, and I get fried. And then maybe I'm wrong. Maybe like towards the end of the summer, I think I'm in the clear, and I just forget again. But
No,
I think
he's saying this right now
No.
with lobster red thighs. He is currently sunburned. I'm telling you
I'm
this.
currently sunburned.
So is this your one time, or is that
Yeah,
how-
this
Yeah, does
is-
this count as the beginning of summer and now you won't forget?
Yeah, this is my warning. Like this is the warning I needed for
This
the
is your
rest
base
of
layer.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
See how you do in Hawaii in August.
Right. I
Yeah.
wish you the best.
I'll keep you guys all posted on my sunburn status for the rest of the year.
That
Please
could be a
don't.
movie right there. Just Brian's sunburn throughout the year.
Throughout
See how
the
it
years,
goes.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for listening, everybody. Thank you guys so
This
much
is
for being
fun.
on my podcast. I've been dreaming about having you both on it, and it's amazing.
Yeah, thanks
I'm
for
happy I
having
could
us.
make your dreams come true.
First 3-person/4-person, first non-2-person episode I've done. So that was exciting.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah, I'm pumped. Thank you so much. Follow me on social media, The Movie Jungle. Email me, moviejunglepod@gmail.com. I love emails. I don't know why. I just think it's just fun to just get a whole email from someone.
Yeah,
and
Makes
like,
you a
Send an email.
fish.
what?
Official.
Oh, thank you.
Not the animal.
Wow. I feel old.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
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 Everybody.
Bye.